We always wanted to work together on something outside of One Tree Hill. And we knew that at a certain point we would collaborate on something, and we just knew that it had to be the right thing. And this ended up being it.
James approached me with an idea about a show about these guys going through a coming of age a little bit later in life. Right away, I had a pretty good vision of the idea, and I think the more that I started sharing my vision, it was a cohesiveness that is very key. From there, taking a lot of different stories that we have found ourselves in, living in Los Angeles and being in the entertainment industry, and throwing it into these characters.
You made me fuck a pillow, dude. How can I trust this guy?
He didn't make you. I mean, you agreed to do it. We wanted to make sure we weren't too close to this story, and that's when we brought in Ian and Esham Nelms to help us really find not only the aesthetic tone of the show, but also creatively, what's the spirit of this show.
We had the good fortune of meeting James Lafferty a few moons ago. We were introduced by a former manager. She thought we would hit it off. We did. We met him under the auspices of exchanging scripts we were both writing, and we thought he was a really talented writer. When he came to us, he said, "You guys have done a lot of DIY type productions. I got this idea for a TV show. Would you guys help me produce this thing?" And we said, yes. Our first meeting was with James, just hanging out, and he mentioned it to us. The second meeting was with him and Colletti, and they were pitching us the whole show. We're
not comedians by trade. We're not comedians by nature. So they helped us find those really subtle nuances to emphasize.
There we go. That's great.
They really helped us mold it and identify it and really ground it in something that felt real.
The guys took to it so quickly that they just nailed it. Now was to make the show. And they put their own money in. Yeah. I mean, they believed in it that much.
Put everything on the line.
We did a budget, and then James and Stephen started an Indiegogo campaign. So it's really through the graciousness of a lot of their fans that we were able to make the project happen in a way that James and Stephen didn't have to compromise. They got to create their true artistic vision without anybody telling them what they could or couldn't do, which is really a gift in this industry.
They won.
Woo!
We haven't talked
They won, baby.
PHEN.
Yeah.
I feel like we had such a good time on this particular project because it was a collaboration from the start. We were very much helming this thing together, and we had a lot of input from Ian and Esham Nelms.
It was a DIY effort. It was very much independent spirited. They brought their film family to the table, and we brought our film family to the table. It just filled every slot we needed, which was fantastic.
We owed it to ourselves and to this project to give it a go with a core group of people that really got the spirit of it.
It's a perfect scenario.
Yeah.
You're maintaining your creative control with the stories that we've written out. We're so excited to tell them.
Taking this world that we know really well and all of these circumstances that sort of make it what it is, and we've just mapped these characters that we've created onto that world. And it's been really, really fun to do that because we feel like it feels very authentic.
Everyone's not doing great. And I think that that's everyone, because I'd really like for you to show me somebody who's got it all figured out.
That's the irony of the show. I think we want the show to make people feel like they're not alone, and that if they can take a step back from their situation, and they might find some humor, and if they can laugh at whatever they're going through, then they might find a lot of relief. And with that relief, hopefully they can learn a little something about themselves and you know, life.
Yes, man! Oh my God, that's so good! That was so good! That was amazing! That was amazing!
I feel it, man!
I
feel it!